Hello everybody, we are here and I'm going to review how you can understand one part of what I call the trivium for the Vulcan Tech Gospel, which is snapshots, which is the idea of a pattern when you take a picture at one of the four cardinal points, namely north, east, south, and west, of the pattern, what it would possibly look like. So let's jump into the app right now. So I'm going to go ahead and enter my app. Boom. Alright, so what we're going to do right now is we are going to learn about these snapshots. There are 6 total snapshots. These instructions are also in the app, but just want to go over them with you right now. There is tog out, both props are facing out. There is split out, namely the props are actually separated from one another. The hands are separated from one another, and the props are facing out. We also have tog in, where the props are together, the hands are together, and they both face in. We also have split in, namely the hands are split but the props are facing in. And then finally the sort of last 2 tricky ones, which is namely tog split, namely your hands are together but the props are facing opposite directions, kind of like that. Okay. And then our last one is split tog, namely your hands are split but they're facing the same direction. Okay. With those 6 snapshots and 2 axes, we get a total of 36 squares in our VTG. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and look at a couple patterns just to sort of see if we can understand how maybe we could use them to understand our patterns better. So what we're going to do right now is we're actually going to click on the club icon up here, changing our prop. Boom. And that will help us see them a little better. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with together same extension. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at that. Boom, we click that. Here's a together same extension. Some quick things to notice, namely that the props are directly overlaid on top of one another, hence you don't see 2 of them there. And they both face out. So for example, they're both together out, together out, together out, together out. Boom, and that's a tog same extension. Well, let's look at a pattern that does together in, like, both facing in together on either the X or Y. So we go to the tog in column, and let's just go ahead and go to something like this one right here, okay? So this is a tog same vertical anti-spin. So we click that pattern. Boom, here's a tog same vertical anti-spin. Nice. You can see they face out, tog in, tog out, tog in, tog out, tog in. Nice. Okay. Kind of see that happening there. And now what's really cool and can really help us understand our patterns is, well, these are easy, right? Because the timing direction of the hands and props are the same. But let's go ahead and move all the way over to here, namely this pattern, which is actually this combination of an extension and a vertical anti-spin. And now you notice that the timing direction of hands and props is actually different. This is where our snapshots become particularly helpful. Let's go ahead and click that pattern. And now here we go. You can see that they both face out on the y-axis. Now they're tog split. Out, tog split. Both facing out, tog split. Okay? So you could see how understanding these snapshots can really help sort of place yourself between quarter motions. And yeah, so that's kind of our snapshots. All of these patterns on the VTG are identified by 2 distinct snapshots. And so for example, if I clicked on any of these squares, let's go ahead and just click there, you could see that it's going to have a tog split right here on the y-axis and a tog in on the x-axis. So let's go ahead and click that and just take a quick peek. Boom, look at that. There's tog in, tog split, tog in, tog split. Awesome. And this is all of our snapshots. And actually in the app itself, you can access information about the snapshots themselves. And this is 1/3 of helping you understand the VTG. Before we leave today, we're all in the 1-1. I just want to mention this is 40 patterns. You probably see 36 squares. We mentioned that these 4 squares have 2 patterns each. But we also have another 40, which is right here. Namely, I press this button up here, and I got to the 1-3. We also have another 40 when I press, this one. So here's another 40. So that means there's 120 patterns in the VTG, which is pretty exciting. Now what I'm going to do before we go, I'll give you a little taste of what we're going to explore next time, is that we'll transition between the 3 patterns, namely this one right here that we just went over, this one right here, so tog same extension, tog same vertical anti-spin, and tog same tog up, vertical anti-spin versus extension. We're going to transition between all those using our tier 3 sequence builder. What I have to do is I have to take the pattern, see I'm dragging it right into the bottom, boop. I'm going to take this pattern, I'm going to drag it right into our sequence builder, boop. And I'm going to take this one, and you probably have realized since they all share the tog out on the y-axis, at either the top or bottom point, they'll be able to transition. Our sequence builder we'll go into more later has a lot of options here. I'm going to extend the time so that we can make sure that we see the pattern. And, oops, not that one. And we're going to go ahead and press the eyeball to look at it. Boom, here we go. Here's the extension. Here it goes. And then, oh, and there's the vertical anti-spin on the tog out point. And then there it goes again. And boom, it's a looping pattern. And you'll see it loop right about here. Boom, here's our extension. And this sequence builder is actually really remarkable, and we'll go over more about this another time. Thank you for watching the VTG mini tutorial series, and please stay tuned for VTG Day, July 15th. Peace.